Welcome to Spectre Comics, and here I got Dark Knight's Metal. So, pretty cool book, pretty cool cover. If you check my previous video, you probably already know that I I get back into collecting and buying comic books when I found out about Dark Knight's Dead Metal, which at the time I was a little already behind, like half a year, so I was not able to find the regular cover. So I ended up buying a bunch of variant covers, and then only the last two were regulars, like this one, with the foil look, and I was pretty disappointed. I already purchased, and I'm waiting for the foil covers of you know Dead Metal. And I read though. I didn't read the whole thing. I read a couple, like three of those, and I was pretty confused on what was going on. Right. I realized the multiverse, and there were like, pretty much everything was like, the bad guys, the Batman who laughs, and everything like is infected. Like the Robins, all pretty much a bunch of superheroes are dead and things like that. Right. So again, this part of the multiverse, the 52s and all that. But on this one, they explain a little bit better, more. I mean, this is before that, so my mistake was I skipped completely this one, and to read the one I was interested in without realizing much about anything that happened previously. So I was extremely confused. So when I went to my local comic book store, I found this one and the whole series. Of course, I don't want those. I want like the single issues like this. If you are a collector like me, you probably understand that, right? But for the purpose of reading it, I guess it would have been wise to do so. But again, I tracked down the remaining of these guys, like the core issues. I'm not talking about the tidings. Now the tidings, oh my gosh, this is a different story. Now the covers are awesome, but a lot of them are really expensive. I mean, I'm talking $30, $40, $50 to $100, for a comic book. And I don't do that. I would love to if I had like extra spare cash. Yeah, maybe, right? But I don't do that. I always track, I try to find the best deals on books. And now this one wasn't too bad. I got this one for $10. And it's pretty great shape. You can't really tell much with the light, but it's great. And then this one, yeah, definitely I gotta wear gloves because I don't want my fingerprints on the foil cover. Of course, the inside is not like that, but the cover it is. And then yeah, I know I'm wasting like all these minutes talking about covers and tidings and all that, but I just want to make sure I say why I went back and then tried to get these ones. I will try to get the tidings when I find them like a decent price. The issue again is that I don't want the variant covers like I did with Dark Knight Dead Metal. I want the foil covers, right? And the foil. I mean, I could get like even second prints for the tidings of these guys. Like for instance, Teen Titans number 15, I believe it is. That one, which is after, like supposedly it's a tie-in to read after this one, is $80, $100 plus. Not kidding. Even the variant or the second print are expensive. So I'm like, holy crap. So, but a comic book is interesting. You go to all this. My local comic book stores, if I find them, maybe if I have to find them online, I will buy them online. But little by little, it's okay. There's a lot of them, and yeah, some of them are key issues that might be more expensive. But I got lucky, throughout the years finding good deals for comic books. But either way, enough talking about covers and tidings and all that. This one again is pretty cool though. Like I'm not going to read the whole thing or go page by page. I'm just going to show you pretty quickly the inside, and this is the list I use. Now, another one that is kind of expensive there too is the Batman the murder machine. That was pretty cool cover too, and then it's pretty expensive too. Again, I'm sorry, I'm talking about covers again, but still, it's pretty sweet. Right here, I'm just show you the art. Pretty standard. Pretty cool though, pretty modern. So on this one, they open up to explain a little bit of the early years of the universe. Place right there, see. 50,000 years ago, right? So how they had like the three. It's funny how this one looks like a Blackest Night, but it's supposed to be, the tribe of the bear, right? But when I first saw it without reading it, I'm like, oh man, look at that. That's a Blackest Night, And then, if you know me, I love Blackest Night. That's probably my favorite one. But no, but this is the tribe of the bear and the tribe of the wolf, so that was the three, but then it came the dark one, the fourth one. So, and then you see right here, you got the shape of Batman, and see the bottom splash of blood. So the dark one is apparently they have the 52 universes, multiverses, whatever they call them, and then they had the dark one, where that's when the Batman Who Laughs and all that originated, which is kind of cool because on the other ones, again, I started reading the follow-up to this, but I should have read this one first. I was completely confused. So on the Burr one, they have they explain, let me start right here because I'm going way beyond what I'm supposed to be saying. So right here they have it's funny because it looks like a game show. You see that they have this armor, and they can't do much because the armor takes away their power, right? So Batman figures out how to get away from the created monster by this fella right here that they call the Toy Man, right? So he gives him a little how to get out of it, right? So Batman figures it out, and again, look at this, Lucha Underground. Whatever happened to that? I mean, as a wrestling fan, I was like, what the hell happened to that show? I mean, this guy's in AEW right now, right? But Lucha Underground, I think, went down already. I haven't heard nothing about it. I remember seeing it and thinking it was pretty cool. I mean, it was new, it was different, so it was kind of cool. But then I stopped, I forgot what I stopped watching it, and then suddenly just, I guess AEW came out and killed it. Anyway, so right here, they're fighting, and then, Batman figured out that to defeat this monster right here, I think I skipped it. Where you go? Oh, it's right here. Right? It's kind of hard to see. I don't want to mess with this book too much. They call it Fulcrum Abominus. I can say that. Now, what the hell is this? Is this a real comic book? Well, I wouldn't buy that. That's stupid. But anyway, so Batman figures out how to unite it. They gotta get basically let the monster eat you, right? And then see right here. So he's saying, tell him to follow my lead and things like that. And then they're like, what? So but they do, and then they actually form into they got all the symbols of the power combined. Yeah, Captain Planet. No, I'm just kidding. So no, they see the Batman. They have the Flash leg, and then it was could be Aquaman or Wonder Woman stuff. But anyway, so Superman's right here. Booyah, so that's dang, what's his name? Cyborg. So anyway, so Metal, right? It's just he bent, and right here, they're going back to Earth now. They were fighting somewhere, in space, and Batman is basically, the whole thing is around Batman. You know how Blackest Night mostly was around Green Lantern, the rings and things like that. So now here is all Batman, right? So he's a target, by this. They come back to Gotham, and it's they have this mountain, everything's destroyed, right? They had no clue about it, and then they're like, what the hell happened here? So they're trying to figure out. They found this spot, and they had this, he's chasing us, run. So I'm assuming they're running from the Batman Who Laughs. And anyway, so they have the Red Tornado right there. He's off, offline. He's not, doing anything. And then this lady, she tells, she's basically Hawkgirl, right? And then it's talking about how this what they call that thing, nude metal, NTH metal. They is the source of what gives, can give different powers, right? So I guess that's, they base it on the name, right? So she's saying that for them is basically gave them, they were stabbed by a dagger made of that metal, and then they gave them the eternal reincarnation, right? And that's, kept going. But Hawkman basically wrote a diary and telling, I guess to Batman, Bruce Wayne, what was gonna happen, right? And then basically, but she didn't believe it until, so she she took over the wings and all that. She basically gave up being Hawkgirl, right? And now they're running from it, and right here they have like throwback pictures, the team that he formed, and basically saying how the the universe, the multiverse, is made of 52, but then they have a dark universe that they didn't, that they didn't know about. So, and that's where, where I'm assuming that all the other stuff is, the bad things are coming from, right? So right here that they have they tell more story how he's a target, and basically, they're saying, well, we're gonna kill you, right? Because they gotta eliminate Batman before everything happens. But Batman is really smart, so it doesn't really happen. And right here, he activated, and he's saying, oh, you open the door, right? And then he's trying to trap him right here, but it didn't work, right? So right here, Batman escapes, and then they're coming through now, right? Dr. Fate, he's so cool though, like. There's a action figure that have my eye on it. Like, he looks pretty cool, and if I do buy it, I'll make a video of it and I'll show you, in a little short. But anyway, so it's just, it's the beginning of it. Tells, a story, and then he found the diary. He's telling like right here, saying things, and then this guy comes in and basically telling him that the nightmare is just beginning, right? So that's it. Again. Man, I wish I would have got, this, back in 2017. Like, at the time I wasn't buying any books. I would rarely buy one here and there, but nothing. I wasn't really, invested in storylines or anything like that. I wasn't even aware of this. So, I'm not sure if I explained why I quit buying books. But I did have like, I think I'm talking about like 10, 11 year gap between, stuff. After Blackest Night ended, and then Brightest Day, and then the New 52s, and I quit buying them. I won't get into details of why I did that. But anyway, so now, I found this one again for, I think it's a decent price. And the rest, I got a pretty good deal too. So I'm happy. I'll have the core issues, but I do really want that tie-ins, and then as you can see, there's plenty of them, right? And not even included the special editions, but yeah, they're pretty expensive, so I'll have to like wait until I find a good deals on them, like good prices, and go from there, right? But yeah, so I know if I read the main core issues, the 6 of them, and then I jump into try to read again the follow into Dead Metal, and then, as I'm collecting Dark Crisis. So Dark Crisis is basically the follow up to pretty much all these events, and I'll put a stop on reading those, and then I'll finish reading these guys, and then I'll read the other ones, and maybe get the story a little better. I know I kind of skip through pretty quickly, but I don't want to spoil anything or make a video super long. But anyway, so this is it. Dark Knight's Metal. If you like all these dark storylines, I think this is for you. And again, DC Comics, as you probably realize, are my favorite ones for many reasons, but I do like other ones, so I'll bring Marvel, Image, and then other to this, make videos and quick ones. This one ran a little longer, but anyway, see you next time.